Hello and welcome to the post-match analysis show of Manchester United versus Copenhagen in the Europa League Quarterfinal. আমি শাহনুর আমার সাথে আকিব হোসেন GGMU
Hello,
Manchester
guys.
United. Hey Aqib, you know what? আমরা মানে লাইভ করতে করতে we had a pretty heated discussion about Manchester
Yeah, we
United's
did.
performance আজকে আসলে ওরা
Yes.
কেমন খেললো, Bruno Fernandez's performance, and then obviously extra time গিয়ে then Bruno Fernandez's গোলের কারণে Manchester United ম্যাচটা জিতলো 1-0. You were saying that the performance was good, but the scoreline doesn't show the performance. Are you happy with this result and the performance?
Yeah, to be honest, I did not expect a 1-0 win after 120 minutes, to be very honest. But you cannot really say Manchester United played badly. I have seen Manchester United win a lot of other games. Even if you're talking about the game against the top six, we don't normally play well. We just hit them on the attack. So I don't really think we had we played poorly today. If you're talking about the chances, Greenwood hit the post twice. Both of them could be goals. And could have been 2-0 to us. And if you're talking about some of the finishes from Bruno, I think the one that Bruno hit the post he was very unlucky, and also the one that the ball was dipping in. I don't know whether people would know, but if the ball dips in at the right moment, it's actually very tough for the keeper, because what the keeper does is they expect the ball to come a bit upper in their zone, which is close to their hand. While it actually steps down. So he actually did the right thing by making sure he did not go too quick for it, because if he had done that, we could have scored, because those deep in if you have seen Bruno do that, Bruno has been doing that for a long time, and Bruno could have easily scored. And forget about those chances. Manchester United had innumerable other chances. I think Martial's performance today, if you take the goals, if you take away the fact that he missed some goals, he was actually brilliant today. And he did miss two or three chances. He missed a one-on-one against the keeper Johnson, and also I think Rashford missed the one-on-one as well. And I think we were just very unlucky on the day. And if you follow the whole game, it was just a matter of when rather than if, because Manchester United were always going to score. They were always in the ascendancy, and they were always going to score, to be very honest. It did not look like any other results could happen. It was just a matter of when, and unfortunately the when of it actually happened after 90 minutes. That's actually the sad part. But I'm not really very disheartened by Manchester United performance, because they played well. And one, if I had to say, if I had to mention someone specifically today, I would say Brandon Williams had an absolute amazing game. He came to his own, because he knows the Luke Shaw is actually injured today. So he has saved us a lot of times. If you're talking about the first 10 minutes when he won a header at the back head at the far post, that could have been that had 1-0 written all over it. And there was this time when Varela was one-on-one, and he was this close to getting a penalty, and he won that ball with a sliding tackle fantastically. And I think Varela actually wanted to win another penalty, which he actually didn't let it happen. And I think Brandon Williams for me was the man of the match today, without a shadow of a doubt. He was absolutely astonishing. Stupendous performance by Brandon Williams. Even he was a constant threat on the attack.
If you look at the numbers, 71 passes, 3%
yes, that's what I'm saying. 4 key passes. See?
Yeah,
one successful dribble, two tackles, one interception. I think they did not mention the header or the two clearances. They were very important, the clearances. One of them could have actually been a goal. And if you're talking about those interceptions or tackles, he won very important tackles where it could have been so easy. There was this time I saw the Varela one when he was looking for a penalty. He was just looking for a dangling leg, and it actually never arrived for him. For someone who's around 19 years old and to come to such a tournament, which is an European tournament, and Manchester United don't have Luke Shaw. He did not, but he made us proud. He did not look like he was our second choice, and quite rightly, he deserves a stake for the regular spot in the main team. Yeah.
Yeah. আচ্ছা, সো আমরা যদি মানে এই পারফরম্যান্সটাকে বিবেচনা করে দেন নেক্সট ম্যাচের কথা বলি, নেক্সট ম্যাচে do you go with the same lineup? Went with a pretty strong lineup. Having played 120 minutes, it's going to be a toll. And match শেষে আমরা দেখলাম তো Bruno was struggling with some sort of a cramp, maybe
Yeah,
some
yeah.
minor niggle or something. So would you risk Bruno in the next match? Next match কাদের সাথে হতে পারে potentially?
It could be either against Sevilla or against Wolves. So that is an affair that we are all looking forward to for sure.
Yeah. Probably Wolves is going to be the tougher of the two.
I disagree. I think Sevilla would be, because I've said this a lot of times. I think they are the Real Madrid of Europa League. They seem to somehow make it. The same thing happens with Arsenal. I mean, you can always resonate Arsenal with the FA Cup. The same thing I can resonate Sevilla with the Europa League. So I think they would be a tougher opponent. I'm not looking forward to facing them. I'd rather face our enemies from our own turf.
Okay, all right. And next match এর জন্য what would your lineup be? What would your prediction be? Obviously, United fans predicted that this was going to be 5-0, and it wasn't one-way traffic. The scoreline doesn't dictate that. It was very much dominated by Man United, but 1-0 hockey, you always give a chance to the opponent that it could come back with penalties. So next match, if whether it's against Sevilla or Wolves, you prefer it being Wolves. I have a feeling that Sevilla are already in the Champions League this season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they were.
Wolves weren't.
Wolves haven't. Yeah, exactly. They have that added impetus of wanting to reach the Champions League by winning the Europa League. Knowing Nuno, knowing his record against Manchester United as well, and teams know each other so well that I have a feeling that could prove to be a bigger challenge for Manchester United. What would the lineup be next match?
Talking about today's game, first of all, talking about today's positive, I thought Fred had an amazing game today. I mean, if you're looking from his first pass, the way he intercepted the first pass and gave the ball to Martial, and Martial just passed the ball to Rashford, and we were on their way. We just couldn't finish the chance of. He started on the positive foot, so that goes to see. And I think he actually played really well today, except for that pass where it could have led to a goal. But I think overall, Fred had an amazing game today. As a CDM, because I am a huge fan of Matic, but today, even if when Matic came on, I don't think he played really well. I mean, the performance that we are used to seeing from Fred. And if you're talking about what we would do against the likes of Sevilla or Wolves, we are actually, to be honest, I'm not scared of any team that we get. It's just that I think if you have to win the Europa League, you need to beat the best teams that are in the Europa League. So I'm least concerned about who gets through, but I would hope that it's Wolves. But you never know. Wolves could be a better opponent for us, especially because they've been playing so much for us, and they are actually a bogey team for us as well. We don't have a very good record against Wolves. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah. You're asking about the fact that what kind of lineup we were going to get. I think I don't think Bailly played really badly. I mean, there was this just one time where I think the Fred and Bailly, their inclusions could be debatable for the next game, but I think they had one mistake, and that was in the same attack. I mean, when Fred gave the ball away, and if you look at Bailly was easily beaten on the outside, and if it weren't for Maguire, United could have conceded. But even if when Lindelof came on, he didn't. He looked shaky. I mean, there was this time, and he could have actually given a free kick away. I mean, he handled the ball. I mean, there was absolutely no pressure. So I have always liked Bailly. I think Bailly is our best centre back over Maguire and Lindelof. It's just that you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, if you remember, there was this time he actually did a Cruyff turn against Chelsea. I mean, so Cruyff turn in the box. I mean, for a centre back, that sounds very amazing on the eye, but you don't know what he's going to get. But I would still side by him, because he can at least win headers. I mean, there was a sliding tackle that he won. So I would actually go for the same team next match. And the reason, if I had to mention the reason, I think if you had to analyze today's game in detail, I think they actually had or but from the very first moment, I mean, all they did was they counterattack. They played well, but they had this strategy, and that was just counterattacking football. They had 10 men behind the ball, so it was very tough, and that's why probably Rashford and Martial did not get so many chances. But they did get so many chances, but it wasn't like guilty chances that you would, when accustomed with them, that you would actually say that they had actually missed. So I
Right.
think
So
again, Sevilla,
Copenhagen had a very good strategy against Manchester United, and it almost worked out for them as a result. Let's
yeah.
go on to player ratings. Let's go players one by one. Let's start off with the keeper. How much would you give him, Romero?
Uh, I think Romero would be a 6 because he didn't have to make any saves. So I would go for a 5 for Romero because he didn't have much to do.
Okay, Brandon Williams. You've been full of praise about
Brandon Williams would be a 9 for me. He was the best
that.
player on the pitch. Yeah,
Okay, Harry
man of the
Maguire.
match for sure. He had everything. I think this is one of Harry Maguire's best games because if you follow him from the very first moment, he was playing passes to Rashford and he's done that throughout the game. I cannot say there was any mistake in Maguire today, and he also bailed Bailly out when they looked odds-on favorite to score. So Maguire has been brilliant, especially because he was ball playing centre back for once. He won all the headers today, and he didn't make any mistakes. And the block that led to Manchester United not conceding was just fantastic. He didn't do what Bailly did. Bailly went to the floor way too early. Maguire just hold this position. That's it. I mean, I would go for an 8 for Harry Maguire. I think he was brilliant today.
Eric Bailly.
I think Eric Bailly had a good game. I mean, it's not as if he had an amazing game of sorts or anything like that. He did what he was supposed to, but I think as a centre back, you should never go on the ground so early. I just don't like that in a centre back. So I think it would be a 6 for me because that could have easily led to a goal.
Wan-Bissaka.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I mean, if you're talking about his 1v1s, he was absolutely astonishing. That's what he does all the game. But I think he should improve a little bit on the ball. I think there is a lot of improvement that he should be making on the ball that he's not been able to do. And then every time someone presses him, there is a lot of times that he does. He panics. I'm not saying he loses the ball. He panics. So I don't like that panic stations in him. I think he should improve that. And I think he had a very good cross today. I mean, for Martial, that Martial took a touch and then wanted to finish and just couldn't. But you cannot really blame Aaron Wan-Bissaka for that. But I think I expect a little bit more attacking wise from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So I think a 6 for him as well. Yeah.
Fred.
I think I don't know why we bought Fred off because what I like about Fred is that he's very tenacious. He's willing to win the ball. I mean, I think he won the ball so many times today from the very first position, from the very first moment. I think in the first 30 seconds of the game, he actually won the ball, and then that was not the first time. He actually intercepted the ball so many times today, and the thing that I like about him is that what Matic might not offer is that Fred has that attacking ability to go long and to pass the ball well. I think he made some penetrative passes over the back line for Rashford as well as Bruno. So I think Fred would be a 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah.
Pogba.
I mean, Pogba, I think Pogba should have had a better game because in a game where Manchester United is getting space in the midfield, they were not getting space in the final third. Pogba did get a lot of space. I mean, I thought Pogba just did what Pogba did today. I mean, he did not play to what we needed because whenever we are playing against a team that is going to have a high block of defense, Pogba should have been the one who should have carved them apart with a long ball. I mean, what we saw in the last game, we just didn't see that from Pogba. It was like very slow touch football, intricate football, and but there was no penetration about him. So I think the onus was on him today more because we all know that Bruno was mostly playing as a number 10 and he was getting no space over there. So I think Pogba should have done so much better. I mean, The only thing I think he did well was the shot that he had from outside the box, and there was the another shot that was being blocked. So I think Pogba should have taken this game on his chest and played a lot better, which he absolutely did not. But for someone of the class of Paul Pogba, we deserve so much better from such a deep position. I mean, Fred played better than him, honestly speaking. So I think a 6 for Pogba. Are you there?
What about Green? He was subbed off. Yeah,
Greenwood. I think Greenwood. I mean, as I said, that I always think he's a generational talent. I think he's our best finisher. He's probably one of the best. He could be. He has the potential to be one of the best strikers in the world. He's just very unlucky. I mean, he's actually not playing in his regular position. He's a center forward by trade, and whenever you see someone like Greenwood playing on the right hand wing, he's not going to give you the prowess of having a right winger. He's not going to do that. He's not going to cut in and then create chances. He did not. You can actually never expect that from Greenwood, and someone who is about 18 years old. I mean, you can hardly expect that from him. But what he adds, what he is in the team for, he did that very well. I mean, his first finish from such an acute angle, and the knowledge to go across goal. I mean, many, even the prolific goal scorers of this era would go near post, but he actually went far post, and he just, the only way he could have scored the first goal was with the shot that would hit the bar and go in. And I thought the first one and the second one, I think both of them were very impressive. I mean, second one was a snapshot out of nowhere. He did not have any time. He just hit it so hard. And as I know, it's very tough for keepers to save this because they are hard and they are low. And it's almost impossible for a keeper to dive into that. And just so unlucky for someone like Greenwood not to have scored. I mean, both of them actually been chalked out because of offside. It's just sad for Mason Greenwood. I think an 8 for Mason Greenwood.
Bruno Fernandez.
Oh, the one and only Bruno Fernandez. Okay, the thing is, whenever we talk about the Bruno Fernandez performance, this has not been his worst performance. There has been far worse performance than him, where he did not play well. Even I think the West Ham game, the Chelsea game, there has been so many other games he has been worse. Today, he has been so much better than what many records would show, because he had to play so deep today, and he because the fact was there was so much crowded in the final third. He had to come from deep, and he did that very well, linking up attacks, passing it to Martial, passing it to Rashford. He was the one that was giving us creative thrust in a way, because I thought Pogba should have done so much better today. I didn't see that from Pogba today, and Bruno had to help and come in the midfield in the CM position to do that. And if you follow the game as a whole, I mean, Bruno did not just play at the CM. There were a lot of times where Manchester United play in the 4-3-3, because what happened was they were being outrun in their left hand side, because what happens with Rashford is that he doesn't track back. So when he doesn't track back, the problem occurs is that Brendan Williams was having a 2v1 basically, and he won almost the races. But you can say most of their attacks came from there, and Bruno was basically playing as a midfielder today. When as a 3-man midfield, he was a part of their LCM. So he did so well when he covering up for Rashford, the fact that he doesn't track back much. On the other hand, Bruno did what Bruno does every game: linking play, coming deep, getting attacks. I mean, there has been so many chances that I thought United could have scored. The one that he hit the bar, that is so tough to go far post from such an angle where the ball dips just ahead of the keeper, that you don't know whether you can save it the first time or you don't. And he hit that perfectly, with absolute accuracy and with perfect finesse. It was almost like a FIFA shot, to be honest. And it was just inches wide. And also the one that I said about the dipping shot that could have easily gone in. And I thought Bruno Fernandez was absolutely amazing. I mean, even when I agree to the fact that when Mata came on, Manchester United did have more attacking more creativity from midfield, because there were two people, and it wasn't only based on Bruno, because I don't think Pogba played well. So even if when Mata came on, Bruno did could have had two more assists, and Mata somehow ended up missing both. I mean, he could have actually had a far better game. I would say an 8 for Bruno Fernandez.
Okay, Marcus Rashford.
Marcus Rashford actually was one of our potent threats throughout the game, to be honest. I love the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has actually made him a creative left winger. You don't normally hear that more often, but he's someone who is just creative. He has gone leaps and bounds. If you're talking about his attacking play from the left hand side, he was actually really good throughout the game. I mean, even if you're talking about his first touch, his layups has been such an improvement this season. And even today, I thought he was someone that we always knew he could just pop up with something out of nowhere. So I would say and 8 for Rashford.
All right, and of course, Martial. Before we move on to the subs.
Yeah, so I thought Martial had a very good game. If you're not considering his finishes, he did have a very good game, because he also came in very deep. Because Manchester United, if you look from the first moment, the very first moment Manchester United got the ball and they just wanted to hit it behind their back four, so that they could attack the spaces behind their back line. And that's why what Martial did was he came inside and he helped a lot with their hold-up play, so that they could spray passes to the likes of Greenwood and Rashford. And I think he was one of their catalysts for today's win. And he did miss some sitters in a way where he should have scored. But I thought that he actually had a good performance. In the build-up, if it wasn't for his build-up, United probably would not have won today. And he was quite rightly the one that got the penalty, because he was the one that we all thought could score. He did miss some, but as you say, in a striker, if you're a striker, the main credentials you should have is that even if you miss once, you have to be there. And I thought that is what I'm very delighted by Martial, especially because I'm a Martial cynic. I have had rants over him a long time, and for the fact that he's never in the right position. Today he was at least at the right position. Only the finishing was missing, and I thought the finisher that he did not score was not mostly his fault, but the fact that their keeper actually had one of the best games. Do you remember Ochoa's game against Brazil?
Yeah.
I thought that was this level performance. Johnson just pulled off an Ochoa for me. So I think it would be and I would say a 7, because he should have scored. So I think it is a 7 for Martial.
Okay, now let's take a look at the subs that came on. Victor Lindelof, Juan Mata, and Jesse Lingard. So what about Lindelof?
Yeah, when we say about Victor Lindelof, I don't think he made Manchester United look any better than an Eric Bailly. I know Eric Bailly does have his many frailties, because you don't know what you're going to get. But what you're going to get with Eric Bailly is the fact that you're not going to you get a sense of confidence with him, that a player is not just going to go past him, because he has the sliding tackle, he has the pace, or you cannot win a header against him, which you don't get from a Lindelof. I thought he didn't play well. I think it's a 5 for Lindelof.
Okay, and Juan Mata?
Juan Mata quite rightly changed the game. Honestly, I was hoping he could come on, and then when we started this game, I thought there were 3 people actually. I thought Bailly deserved, and Fred deserved as well. I thought if there was another guy who deserved to be in the starting lineup today, was Juan Mata, because if you follow my last post-match analysis, I was waxing lyricals about Mata. I like Mata. That has nothing to do with the fact that I want him to play today, but he did stake a claim today, and maybe Ole should have started. But I actually, I acknowledge the fact that Ole went with his best team, because if he hadn't, and if it had backfired, then everyone would have been like, why didn't you just start with? And even if we had to start with Mata, who would not have started? You cannot not have Greenwood, especially knowing that he actually is our best finisher and could be
Yeah,
one of the best finishers in the world.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
As we can
not
see,
shocked. Yeah.
his game
He
by
changed
numbers.
the entire complexity. He basically, I mean, today he did not play as a right winger. He basically played like a quarterback. He came and the whole game changed because what happens is, I mean, Mata was perfect for this game because when you have many teams who are going to have a high block of defense, you need someone penetrative like Juan Mata. You wouldn't have Juan Mata in a game like in a game against Wolves or a Sevilla. He worked well the last game, last links, and he was perfect for today's game. It's just I can't really blame Ole for not starting him because he obviously had to go with his first team. But Juan Mata changed the game. He was basically a quarterback who dictated the entire game, and our entire complexion changed when he came on. I mean, he might be 32, but he's a fantastic player without a shadow. One of my favorite Manchester United players over the last 7 to 8 years. He has been phenomenal.
And of course, last but not least, Jesse Lingard.
We forgot Nemanja Matic.
Matic came on as a sub. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
did.
Matic
Yeah.
and McTominay we're left with them two as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I thought I liked the fact that Lingard went for a Martinelli run. I mean, obviously he couldn't finish it like Martinelli. He couldn't skip it past everyone, but the fact that he kept when he had a race, I mean, that could come on, that could be a 20 million signing for someone like a West Ham or someone like an Everton. That could be a great signing for them. For someone to run like that when the team is
Are you
defending,
gonna
that could
compare
be something amazing.
Lingard with Martinelli so that you can rise the price
No,
of
no, no,
it?
no, 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 no. I'm not. I'm just saying that he had the audacity to be a Martinelli. As you know, I love Martinelli a lot, and I consider him. But he could be one of the best players in Premier League. I have nothing against. I'm just saying he had the audacity to try to pull off a Martinelli. Obviously, he could not, but to have that audacity is a lot for me because normally you don't expect that. I think Lingard he played well. I think 5 for him.
Okay, Matic and McTominay.
I
Matic.
thought I thought Mattis did not have a good game. I mean, I thought we were better with Fred. I don't think he added anything to us today. I mean, what we expect from Matic was that suppose when Matic comes on, what actually happens is he goes to a back three and then he tells Bruno and Pogba to bomb on. This did not happen today. He was basically a CDM and he did not have any ascendancy over its opponents today. He basically looked non-existent. I did not like Matic's performance today. I mean, I expected so much better from Nemanja Matic. I mean,
worst player on the pitch for you?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. For me, yeah, because it's because what I expect from him. Because not because what he did, it's because what is expected from him is that he is our best CDM. And when your best CDM comes on, you're supposed to have a lot on the ball because he is the one that your team, he's the one that makes everyone think, and he did not do that today. I'm sorry.
Only CDM. He's actually your only out and out CDM. So how much would you rate him?
Yeah.
How much would you rate him?
I thought he was a 4.
4. Okay. And finally, Scott McTominay came in with about a minute left. Do you want to mark him?
Yeah, I don't want to mark him. I just want to give him I just want to give him a 2 based on last match's performance. Not this match, based on last match.
You're still pissed off.
Yeah, because he was absolutely shambolic. I mean, losing the ball 14 times against a team of like left links, it's atrocious for a Manchester United player. And the fact that he's just got a new contract. I mean, what are you doing, man? You should be playing so much better.
Yeah. So anyways, that's it for the player ratings and post-match analysis. Aqib, thanks for being here.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, had a great time. 30 minutes, that's a lot.
Yeah, we'll join the live stream now.
Sure. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.